The hardest thing in FPL is when you have hope. The hardest thing is when you do something a bit different, when you do something you think is brave, and then you realise so quickly the stupidity of your own choices. And yes, it would be easy for me to say, my game week is in the mud already, game week 19 is gone, even though there's still so much football to be played, and it's all Solio's fault. It would be so easy to say it's all D-Unit's fault. It would be so easy to look for people to blame, but I'll be honest with you, like I always am, that is not the way I roll. That is not the way your old pal the FPL Nightmare does business. No, I have made some stupid choices this game week. I had a 3 transfer advantage in a game week where people were dropping like flies. Players were dropping like flies in the hours leading up to the deadline, and everyone was panicking, everyone was losing their minds, and I was there, and I was in a position of strength. And what did I bloody well go and do? I captained Matthias Cunha. Once again, that's the second time this season I've captained that clown. And it would be easy to say it's Solio's fault, but it isn't. Yes, I did look at the projections. Yes, part of me did want to trust Solio. I am desperately looking for the solution to save my season. I am desperately trying to find new ways to play this game, to engage with FPL better, and I'm not doing it very well. No, I brought in Cunha, and you know, like, I could say, oh, Solio had him at 6.5. They had him higher than Haaland on the projections. And it was a factor. I'm not going to lie. It's like Praz says, you've got to look for the relics. But it wasn't Solio that chose Cunha as my captain. It was me. I have agency in these decisions. I have the choice to say, no, I disagree with that assessment. I did that with Szoboszlai. I didn't bring in Szoboszlai, and do you know why? Because I don't think he's a very good FPL pick. But for some reason, I did it with Cunha. And I tell you why it is. It's because I thought this player who terrorised my season last year when I didn't have him in my team. I got Nicholas bloody Jackson last season. I thought, I'm not having a Nicholas Jackson repeat. I'm not bringing in Jared Bowen up front or whoever, Nick Voltemada. And I mean, Cunha, my head's so gone. Cunha's a midfielder now. And I thought, I'm not bringing in flipping Anthony Gordon again, not after his red card, just to see Cunha, the obvious Cunha, go and do what he did last season and tear me apart again. I'm in the shed. This is the problem. This is late at night. It's coming up 2 in the morning in the Nightmare family household. My wife's just gone to bed. She's at work in the morning. I've had to come in the shed. The shed's all over the place. It's full of clutter, just like my FPL plans. Your pal, the Nightmare's losing it. He's doing a D-Unit and talking about himself in the third person. That's how much his head is fried. And that's twice I've ripped the D-Unit already, so I feel like I must address this, because this is me blaming. I'm blaming again, and I shouldn't do it. You know, in the group chat, I'm like, oh, bloody Darius. Every time I listen to Darius before deadline, I make stupid decisions. But I know this. D-Unit's a charismatic man. He's got some good opinions, and he's got some bad opinions, and he's got some bizarre opinions, and he'll tell you them all within the space of 5 minutes, and whichever one is right, he will claim proves he is a genius. And I love the lad, but like, do you know what it is? I'm doing Sol versus Solio, this Sol versus Solio series, and like, really, maybe Solio is the soul. Maybe Solio is the inner Nightmare trying to get out, trying to scream at me, think logically, have a plan, look ahead, think about what you're doing to yourself. And then there's D-Unit, just take a hit, play the old Nightmare way. And maybe D-Unit is not the soul. Maybe D-Unit is not the salvation. Maybe he's that little devil whispering in my ear, telling me to be everything I want to be. Go back to the old Nightmare ways. You know, it's not lost on me. that I was 10,000 in the world last season when I came across the D unit, and now I'm 1.5 million and falling, and I will fall because I did not captain Erling Haaland. No, I captained bloody Matthias Cunha. What can you do? And it's not D unit's fault, you know. If it was down to the D unit, I'd have captained Dallo like he did, and that's what I mean. D-Unit taps into your soul. He isn't the soul. He is the one that taps into your soul, gets you making all the choices that you want to make, the choices that you want to work. You all want to be Mavericks in this game. I want to be the Maverick. I want to turn this around in spectacular fashion. I somehow in the back of my head, I still think I can make the top 10k, even though I'm 1.5 million and falling. And I know it's not likely, but the D unit makes me believe I could. And I know I can't. And it's sad, and it's frustrating, and that's why I turned to Solio, and maybe I should have listened to them. Maybe I should have given Solio a bit more of a chance, but I did give them a chance. I captained Cunha. Oh, it's hard work, this FPL malarkey, and do you know what? That's the first time I've smiled in 3 hours, and it's 4 hours maybe, and it's been hard because, like, Newcastle won tonight, and they've frustrated me as well because they look terrible. And bloody Anthony Gordon, do you know what I did? I left my decision. My head was so bamboozled with so many choices, I left them until 5 minutes before the deadline. We got a load of cotton wool snowballs, and me and the wife, we went into the kids' bedroom and we started pelting them 10 minutes before the deadline. I thought, I'm going to live on the edge here. I'm going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to engage with my inner child, and I'll see where I feel. I will pick up my phone with 3 minutes to go, and I will just do what comes into my heart, having thought about it, analysed it and everything. Why on earth did captaining Cunha come into my heart? Bloody hell. And it's not Solio's fault. It isn't, you know. Solio is a tool. Not as big of a tool as I am. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. And I am not using it right because I am not integrating it into myself properly. I feel like this is becoming a transition season in the FPL, and I need to find a new way. And like, I did my nightmare books, my FPL Nightmare books, years ago before becoming a fit. I've just realised I'm in the shed with all the spiders, and I keep getting these itches, and it's worrying me. And my shed's quite small, and you can see here, I've got all the wood chopped up. That's a rotten old pallet. Chopped it all up and just leave it in here to dry out over the summer for next winter. Load of tools lying around on the floor. Maybe I should join them. I don't know, but it's frustrating because I picked up my phone with 17:57 it read. I'm like, right, it comes down to this nightmare. What are you going to do? You've consumed all the content, all of D-Unit, all of the pubcast, Nick Triggerlips. You've had all the opinions above average, the FPL Wire, Big Andy. You even watch Big Andy, who is absolutely killing it. You know, he'll not tell you. If I want to know how to use these projection models, I should just copy Big Andy because his FPL review team is absolutely smashing it. Like, people think there's drama on his deadline streams, but there's no drama if you've seen what reviews recommended. No. Fair play to Big Andy, though, because it is hard to be in his position with 500,000 people watching and to use reviews so blatantly and to place your trust in a process so much. It's actually something I respect. I respect it. He'll not tell you because of reasons. But the hub of the issue is that I don't have the process. I don't have a process on what I am doing. I'm like flying by the seat of my pants. I'm grabbing bits from this process, a bit of D-unit instinct, take a few hits, a bit of trig, let's play calmly, but let's get wild, but also play calmly, but also get wild. And then I'm looking at Trout, the maverick Trout, trying to teach me how to play this game properly, in his way, the analytics way, how to engage with risk, and I'm not getting it. I did not engage with risk correctly this week. And these spiders are a big concern. There's a lot of cobwebs. And it's a very small little space, and it's so over-cluttered, it's even more crazy. I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest with you, especially wearing my big hoodie, which actually has the side effect of hiding the microphone if it comes into camera. But it's, you know, so I thought, right, I've done all the analytics, I've done all the planning, I've watched the podcasts, The Wire, Above Average, The Black Box, all of them, all the big names, the podcast. Bible FPL is a new one I'm getting quite into. I like him, he's a nice lad. You know, there's a lot of them that I'm watching. And maybe I'm taking too much information in. Maybe I'm bamboozling myself, thinking that the more I can take in, this was my plan, take it all in, go and have a bit of chaos with the kids, and then at the last minute, I'll pick my team and just go with what feels right, because I've got the information. I've taken it all in, the projections, the arguments, the Grass FC, the analytics. I can take it in and see what my heart decides to go with. Do you know what it went with? Let's sell Timber for Diogo fucking Dalot. And of course, Timber goes and scores, gets the assist. Of course, he gets the clean sheet before the concede, subbed off before the concede. And it's so freaking obvious. Who in their right mind sells Jurriën Timber for Diogo Dalot? And I could sit here and I could bullshit you all. And I could say, oh, I thought he was an injury doubt, but I didn't. I saw he was with the team. I thought I was going to be clever. I got too big for my boots. And I thought, I'm going to go from Timber to Gabriel. You know, like Big Andy did. Should have just done what Big Andy did and got Gabriel in. But no, thought I'll be clever here. I'll engage with some risk and steal a march. I'll get Dalot in for 3 weeks. And against Wolves, against Leeds and against Burnley. And then Jurriën Timber goes and gets 9 points. Gabriel gets 15 points. Dalot probably won't get 15 points for another 10 game weeks. This is the situation. Why do it? Why do it to myself? But I didn't just stop there. No, I did actually make one good decision. I took out Senesi and I got in Lewis Hall, but I don't even know if that is a good decision, because like Hall played the 90 minutes, but he's injured. He took that knock on the ankle. Oh, we'll maybe protect him at the weekend. You can just see how doing that now. And it's frustrating. But I couldn't turn down Lewis Hall. Not in my heart of hearts. Like, I am trying to be objective about Newcastle. I didn't go for Anthony Gordon because I'm trying to be objective. You can say about the Grass FC, Anthony Gordon has been garbage for a year. You know, he had a good game against Arsenal in the Cup semi-final, and that's about it. A few penalties, a couple of goals in Europe against no marks. He's been garbage for a year. No open play goals in 29 matches now in the Premier League. I'm not getting him. Like 60 seconds on the clock, he's got a bloody assist for Joel Linton. And like... This is the game. This is FPL. And it's frustrating. And do you know who I brought him in for? Antoine Semenyo. Because, Semenyo might not play. And do you know what the worst thing is? I said in the video, 45 minutes I talked about FPL yesterday, and I said, if I'm Man City, I want Semenyo against Chelsea. I want him against Arsenal to try and rack in the points, to try and help the title charge. And what did Semenyo do? He goes and gets an assist with a throw-in. Like, And I thought, why have I sold him? I'll tell you why, to get Pedro bloody Neto. And again, that looks stupid because Neto was benched and I had Trig in me. Oh, why didn't you talk to the Trig? Trig would have told you that Neto wouldn't have started. He's a rotation risk, but he isn't a rotation risk. Pedro Neto started 17 out of 18 matches before this week. He came on at 45 minutes in the other and got a goal. Pedro Neto's about as nailed as it gets in that Chelsea attack. Until tonight, when he's benched. And he came off the bench and he didn't get a goal tonight. He didn't out. So that's Semenyo to Neto, 4-point loss. Timber to Dallo, 7-point loss. $500,000 lost in the team value. And I've already used my transfer. Yeah, I've gone early. I've brought in bloody Gabriel already. I don't even care if he's injured. Gabriel could be injured. He's going to be in my starting 11 for the rest of the season. If he's subbed off because he doesn't play, so be it. I don't care. I can't do it. I can't. Do you know what it is? I want to sell Haaland, because it's too... This is it. This is the worst thing. It's not that I fucked up with my defensive transfer. It's not that I fucked up with getting Pedro Neto in for Semenyo. It's not even that I fucked up captaining Cunha, because these things happen. But what it is, it's that I've captained Cunha and now I've got to wait 2 nights for the inevitable punishment from Haaland. And it's pain. It is pain. I'm going to see in my new year feeling fucking stupid again. Well, not... And it's hard, It's hard because there's nobody to blame but myself. And I just feel so stupid again. And I feel like I come on these reaction videos far too often saying I feel stupid. But you're just waiting for the punishment now. 48 hours to see how much pain Haaland causes me. 48, maybe I'll just hide in the shed. Maybe I need to be at one with the spiders. Maybe my bloody strikers need 8 legs to get the feet on the ball, put it in the net. And who else have I got? Ekatike, oh, everyone's got him. Nico O'Reilly, everyone's got him. Foden, everyone's got him. And of course, one other person, Dean Henderson. Who, do you know what? I talked about the Everton triple up in defence. Let's get Pickford in. And somebody in my comments, oh, don't trust Everton defence, don't trust Everton defence. So I didn't, especially after the Keane injury. But I thought, I'll be sensible. I won't get Pickford. They've got a point with the stats. The stats raise a good point about Pickford. I won't get him in. 10 bloody points. 11 points of Dubravka on my bench last week. 10 points of Pickford not purchased this week. When I said, rock the Everton double up. Do you know what it is? Sometimes, it's like, I feel like the stupidest thing is for weeks, I've saved these transfers to gain an edge at the right moment, and it was the right moment. The injuries, the returns, Palmer back didn't go for him, Gabriel back didn't go for him. The injuries, the returns, the suspensions, the opportunities, the fixtures, and I've used my transfers and I've got them all wrong. And I've compounded it with Cunha captain. And it's frustrating because I think that's the worst thing. If this had happened and I made no transfers, if the phone hadn't turned on, if my phone had started updating and I couldn't sort my team out before the deadline, when I was playing the snowballs, it wouldn't have felt so bad. Well, for one, because I'd have more points on the board, but I'd have 4 transfers as well. And it's that promise of future success. And for a few weeks now, I've rode on the promise of future success. I've taken solace in the promise of future success from the projections, from the transfers I've saved. I thought, this is it. It's going to happen and it's going to pay off and I'm going to get a good video and it's going to be like, this is going to be inspirational stuff. People all around the world will watch this video. This man has found the way to merge the instincts and the analytics, the patience and the passion, to maximise FPL performance. He's going to turn his season around and soar up those rankings. And I've just gone and fucked it up again, like I always do, because I don't have a plan. I have bits of plans and I'm trying to stick them all together, but I don't have a plan. And I do have a plan. You know, like I brought in Neto. I'll tell you why I brought in Neto, because of that tweet, the viral tweet that I put in the last video. You know, the Volta-Mada, Newcastle to Chelsea to Brentford. I thought I'm going to do it, you know, but I'm going to do it with Lewis Hall, and then I've got Chelsea defender, and then Nathan Collins in 28. And I've got Volta-Mada, so I won't get Gordon. But what I'll do is I'll find a way to pivot from Gordon to Palmer at that time. And in the meantime, Chelsea's fixtures aren't that bad. I'll get Pedro Neto, who is, you know, having a good season, surprisingly robust. I get Pedro Neto in, and I'll steal a March. And then I've got one Chelsea in place, might save a transfer, and I've got your man, you know, I can sort Volta-Mada out later on. And so that was the plan. That was the plan, which I formulated with D-Unit last night. So, I mean, maybe I am adding more evidence to the cause, but it's not D-Unit to blame for my mistakes. It's me. It's all on me. It's not Solio. It's not Big Andy. I don't know how it could be him. You know, I don't watch him enough, and I should watch Big Andy. You know, you get the exciting new names. You forget how good Big Andy is. And maybe I need more Big Andy in my life. Maybe I need to, I don't know. Maybe I need to stop making videos in my shed at 2 a.m, ranting about this game. I don't know. I like to share the emotions, and sometimes they're good. And I like to share the strategy, and sometimes it's good. And I like to share the reality. And tonight, the emotions and the strategy have blown up in my face, and I'm absolutely freezing. It's sub-zero temperatures in the north of England. I'm in my Jon Snow hoodie thing. I look like I could be on the wall, but do you know, if I was on the wall tonight, I'd probably be jumping off it and hoping those White Walkers got me. You know, maybe they'd sort my FPL team out, like, because I could do with the Night King raising them from the dead, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle, this game, sometimes. But we're going to struggle on. We're not going to give up, because that's not what we do here. That's not what the Nightmare does. It's not what the Nightmare's dreamers do. It's not what we do. As the people that watch my videos keep me going, keep me with the support and the thoughts and their opinions, who I always try and reply to, my pals that I have the conversations with on the streams, in the group chats. This is not what we do. We don't... Oh, bloody hell, I'm falling over the mess. That would have been something like if I'd ended up impaled on some of this wood like Buffy the Vampire Slayer with a vampire. Look at this bad boy. What has this video become? What have I become, my sweetest friends? Every arrow I know goes away in the end. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Oh, and Happy New Year.